Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slater Jackson. And for you freaky motherfuckers out there, Sebastian's Adams. And for the purposes of this episode, Bob the motherfucking builder, bitch, because might as well put on my little fucking yellow hat and look delicious and look good and look cute. You see these dreads, you see these glasses. By the way, these are my new glasses. I got these today. They look the exact same as the old ones, so it's okay if you didn't notice. I have a trope, I guess. But today, if you don't have your power tools, if you don't have your vibrators, and you don't have everything that you need to build a sex room, well, get the fuck ready, because that's what we're building today. So if you have not seen the Netflix show, How to Build a Sex Room, well, make sure you watch it, because that's what we'll be talking about and going into details about our own personal things that we want to see in our own. But anyways, the wonderful people that I have with me today to have this conversation. Oh, I just realized this is the 7th episode of Heauxvember. I forgot to mention that for you all, but here we are. But with me today, I have Wesley as well as Nicole. How are y'all doing today?
Good. I can't wait for this one.
This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
So now that we got our hard hats on and we're about to build a sex room, I'm sure everybody on here have seen the TV show. If you haven't, it's okay. Y'all can still be a part of this conversation. What's up? Everybody's saying yes. Okay, Cool. So, first off, what were your thoughts on the show to begin with?
For me, I actually was pleasantly surprised, like about how well-rounded it was. I think when you hear sex room, everybody's got, unless you've been to one, of course, like everybody's got their own preconceived notion of what a sex room is. Much like when people think about BDSM, they think of, whips and chains and leather and, dark corners and flashing, the neon lights that are about to go out and stuff like that. So I like that it didn't just focus on one type of couple. Or one type of a sex room. I like that she was able to sit down with with all of the people that she was building a room with and ask the right kind of questions and really pay attention to what their wants were as well as what their needs were, even if they didn't say what they were. And then, of course, being able to see how the room is built and really see like what a sex room, that a sex room can be whatever you need it to be. And not just one type of thing, whether it's like a room for you and multiple partners, or a room for you and your partner, and it's a sex dungeon or something that's spa-like, so that you can really relax, so that you can get into that sexual mood or sensual mood, to have sex, to make love, or to just fuck. So you can create a space to be just that. So I really liked it.
I had mixed feelings. When I first heard about it, I was like, this feels tropey, and this feels kind of, I don't know if this is the right word, but tokenizing, to kinksters. Like, we're going to use this, so, look at this new cool little thing that we're doing all edgy and stuff. But when I watched it, first of all, I would love her as my grandmother. Because she is fucking amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah, I did love her.
Yeah, but I thought it was good. My only critique, and now I'm saying this, I haven't actually watched the full season. You know, I've watched about half of it, but up until where I got to, everything, the sex rooms all focused around, or the kink rooms, I kind of like to call them, all focused around sex. But kink isn't always about sex. Kink, you know, a lot of times it has nothing to do with sex. And I think they missed a whole section of how to build these sex rooms around kink that doesn't actually involve having sex. You know, I think a good smattering of kinksters were not represented for that reason. But for what she did, she was fantastic. The rooms were amazing, and like you said, Nicole, she did cater them to the group each time, and it was perfect for them. I just wish they, as a kinkster myself, I just wish they went a little further.
Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping, you know, to your point though, I hope that they do make this another season, because I think hopefully it was well received enough. And I also think that you should watch the rest of the season too. Just because there are some other couples in there that, you know, they, again, like there was some things, because I don't want to give too much away for either you or anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Because there were couples in there that you're just like, oh, you know, of course, judging a book by its cover initially, like, I wouldn't think that you would have a sex room. But then when she asks all those questions, like, okay, how do you feel when I pull out this, you know, or, you know, what do you need, or what are some things that you are thinking about doing, like, don't like, blah, blah, blah. So, and of course, having someone who is a poly couple, I thought that was actually really cool too, you know, to be able to talk to every single person in that couple, in that relationship, and say, well, what do you like? Yeah. What do you need? What is your kink? What is the thing that turns you on? And be able to bring an element of each of those things into this one combined space, so that everybody has something. It's not just like, well, I mean, this room is cool and we have fun when we're in here, but you know, it'd be great if I had X, you know? So she was able to bring that in for everybody into that space, so everyone felt provided for, and that they can tap into that, they can go into that space when they're all in that room together. So I think that was one thing that I really like. But again, to your point, like, I hope they do another season where they do have where they are able to tap into other kinksters, so that we can really see, like, this is a really, really broad area.
And to kind of go off of what you were saying, I loved the interviews, because like, one of the things that I always talk about, either with clients or when I speak, I push, and everyone should, I push negotiation and consent all the time, because those are the two most important parts of, I would say, any relationship, regardless kinky or not, but definitely in the kink world. And her little interviews with them, when she's like, oh, what do you think? What do you feel when I show you this? Or what do you think of this? Felt very negotiating. Like, she was learning their limit and their boundaries and what their likes and their dislikes. And I think, as somebody who's not part of that world, part of the kink world, could learn a lot from that, in the sense of saying, like, this is how you talk to people. Say, hey, I like this. How do you feel about this? Okay, well, how about this? Why do we do this? You know, to me, that part of it was amazing.
Yeah, being able to show them that, like, open them up to having a conversation, and this is what it could or should look like, instead of just well, I like this, well, I don't, okay, and everyone shuts down.
And to talk about kink at the kitchen table. I mean, yes. It's not the scary thing that we go to the basement and talk about.
Right.
Unless that's where your sex room is, but then, you know, that's different.
Right.
That would be where mine would be, honestly. But I love the polycule episode, because it really did show, like, a very, very broad spectrum of what a lot of people did unlike and what they find pleasure in. And I love how they introduced the show too, with the couple where one of the individuals in the relationship was more focused, was a little bit more restrained, and then realized that, okay, participating in these other things actually opens me a little bit up a little bit more. It enhance the communication I have with my partner, all these great things. It helps people realize, like, just because my partner wants to engage in certain things that I might not be interested in doesn't mean that we can have a common ground within that and have those discussions and have that included within our bedroom in some on some spectrum. And I love that, like, going back to the polycule episode, and I love that one of them mentioned that they just want a bed to cuddle in, and that they enjoy watching movies together, and we just need a space where we all can just be there and enjoy those moments with each other. And she was able to facilitate that. And when I saw that motherfucking bed, I was like, bitch, can I just come over and lay on that? Because that thing looks so fucking comfortable. Oh my god,
I want that shit.
Right. Right.
That's a room in itself.
It's for the forever home that is on the wish list. I need a big ass bed that's super comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That, I need a projector screen for the TV so it can just be away instead of just being mounted on the wall. Like that kind of shit. Yeah. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me bring my little list out. What do I need for mine?
Right. And I do love the diverse couples that she was able to engage in throughout this season too, because like that, I second Nicole on like finishing up the season, because like the one with the van, I was like,
yep.
Yes, I love this. I did not think I would, because I was like, bitch,
me neither.
This is gonna work. I don't get it. Neither. But to see the finished product, I was like,
There was just so many. There was so many. And again, just to see certain couples that, when you look at them, you're just like, I wonder what kind of shit you went to. You know what I mean? And not necessarily not in a negative way, of course, but just like, I feel like this is going to be interesting, because you look like the regular, like almost Pleasantville ass type couple, real super vanilla, and then turns out, okay, it's not just vanilla with a hint of vanilla being like, oh no, I like some extra shit in there too, So I love that vanilla. There was, yes, exactly. They're like, actually, I like chocolate with a hint of, with a little bit of cayenne or a little bit of chili pepper in it to give that, something a little different. So I definitely enjoyed to watch the rest of it, but it was really cool to see how they changed these spaces, and also even brought out some things with couples that was an issue, and it might have been a small issue or something that they were just kind of like pushing, dusting under the rug, or saying, oh well, we all kind of go through it, and she kind of pulled that out a little bit from them and said, hey, you guys need to focus on this, or let me take you to the space outside of your home so that you can have this kind of experience, or that'll open up a conversation for them. So it was really good. I like that. I hope there's more.
Right. And I love that the sex room itself extended out of the bedroom sometimes too. Like, even when it comes to the polycule, the entire bottom floor was changed into something completely new, and still had different rooms. They changed that bathroom and everything. And I also enjoy, like, with the one black couple where the bathroom was included within their sex room, not in terms of like doing water sports or any kind of play like that, but bringing the sensual nature out of bathing, or having your partner bathe you, or even, was that the room that had the random stripper pole in it too?
Yeah, it was.
Like, it was great. I was like, yes.
Wasn't it a gold stripper pole or whatever? Because I believe they had like some gold accents in there that was really dope. But yes, I love that too. So you're bringing the elements of sex, of things that they feel are sexy and sensual. And just like you say, bring the sensuality to the bathing, making it like a sanctuary for real, and so that they feel sexy in their space, so that, whether they're just getting up in the morning and I gotta go do some things, and oh, that's right, that pretty painting or that, little sculpture or whatever, but when you dim the lights or when it's nighttime, whether they're just going to sleep, whether they're having sex in that room or just, unwinding from the day, when they're able to be together, just to be in this space that feels light and sexy and sensual, so that they could just have that time together. I think is, I think was really, really great, really important as well.
And one of the things I always talk about, and like that, and one of the things I loved about, especially those specific ones, those builds that you're talking about, is it's normalizing sex. It's bringing, this stuff that, again, at one time we were all like hush hush, and we only talked about behind closed doors, to a normal day. When the bedroom is involved, or the bathroom is involved in the sex room, you're going to have more days in that space where you're not being sexy, but you're still going to be around the environment of sexy and feeling sexy and being in sex and enjoying that basic mind frame, so it helps normalize, it helps destigmatize a lot of the things that society has basically turned us against.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
I love, like, within the show, even though it wasn't blatantly stated, I think she did mention it in one episode, but essentially that just because you're married doesn't mean that the sexiness goes away. Just because you have kids and you're raising your family, it doesn't mean that the sexiness goes away. Like, at the end of the day, similar to what you said, Wesley, when you come into this room, this is that space for you to be sexy. This is that space for you to enjoy this person that you're spending the rest of your life with. Like, this is a time for you two to like enjoy each other, explore each other, and remember that you're still sexy, that you still can have sex, that you can still enjoy each other's body on multiple different levels. Some levels that you haven't found out about yet, and some levels that you already know about. It's all about the enjoyment of this person that you decide to make your forever person. And I love that she was able to have those conversations with so many different couples, and well, outside a couple too, because the polycule still got me. I was like, girl, yes. Like that,
Right.
that was like, I feel like if I had that task, I would have been like, call Ghostbusters, bitch, because they can handle that. Because I don't have the skills today.
I'd be a crying ball of mess in the corner if I had to do that.
It's so many
Right.
different identities. It's
Yeah.
like, how do I mesh all of this together? But she did it. She did it.
She did. I can't remember if that was the one that she said that was her biggest achievement or whatever, because I don't remember if she said she ever did a room for a throuple like that, or a poly couple like that.
It might have.
I don't remember. She said it for one of them, but yeah, I thought that was really cool too.
I just know she got that one. Like, if there was an award, bitch, here you go, have it. Because I was like, how is she go? Like, as soon as they mentioned, we're a poly couple, and then they brought in the polycule and they talking about all the different things, I was like, bitch, how? What are we doing here? And then old girl was like, I think they identified as they. They were like, oh, I'm into like water sports and all this. I was like, how are we going to put this into a room? What do you mean?
Right. I was like, where's the bathroom at? She's like, oh no, this room, we did this and it needs to go down like this so there could be a drain and blah blah. I said, oh, that was smart. That was real smart. Yeah.
And then that cage.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you mean this is a multi-purpose thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I loved it too. I was like, she got everything. I love it.
The best sex furniture are multitaskers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just need to hire her when I get my forever home, because yes, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of which, because I know some people who may have seen the show, maybe starting to think about, oh, what can I do with my place? And I know I don't have the funds to do it. And I've been thinking about this myself. So that phrase might have been a little bit of projection. I don't care. But in case you are feeling the same way Vern is feeling, have you thought about different ways to make an affordable sex room after seeing that show? And what are some of the tips that you came up with for yourself?
So I've actually kind of done a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Last tax season, Uncle Sam was a little bit generous to me.
Yes.
And I was able to afford a sex swing, a self-standing sex swing.
Ooh.
And so I have it now. It's set up in my living room. And when it's not used, the swing itself is kind of pushed back, and my couch sits inside the frame. So it's almost like a canopy couch. And
Oh.
it's also kind of like a fold down, like it's like a futon kind of couch. So when if I want to, all I got to do is put the back of the couch down, put the swing up, and then I can use the swing, or I can pull the couch out, for someone else to sit on while we play with the swing. So it's up and it's out at all times. And it's I did that on purpose because I was like, if I break this thing down and have to rebuild it every time, I'm never gonna fucking use it.
Right.
So yeah, we did that. So we have started that, and I think we have talked about if we do have our own, like the forever home, we definitely want to build some sort of room, and we're kind of artsy crafty, so we don't necessarily want to buy things. Like I have blueprints to make a St. Andrew's cross, which I'll eventually make one day, and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely want to do a lot more of that.
Child, Wesley, you're a reminder of why I do not want kids.
I don't know if that was an insult or not, but I'm going to take it as a compliment.
No, it's a compliment. It's a compliment because Lord knows I do not want to be moving around my sex stuff all the time. Because I thought about like what my forever home will look like, and there's sexual related things throughout the house, and I'm against like exposing kids to like a lot of sexual items like during their development. I will like do a soft rollout of different things throughout the years because I'm like, bitch, this has been in storage for all this time. You're 4 years old. You're just going to see some random thing that pops up. I'm sorry. You better not have a motherfucking sibling that pops up because I'm not putting this shit back up again.
Not your 4 years old. The soft rollout. I'm thinking when you said soft rollout, I'm thinking teenage years. This motherfucker said 4. He's like, look, you 4 and you just gonna see some shit. Just don't touch it.
It's old enough.
All right.
Like you all understand anatomy. We have these conversations. Just don't be in your classroom like, I think my dad has a penis out in the living room. Bitch, mind your fucking business, child. Mind the business that pays you.
You're 4. 2 centuries ago, you could be working already, so you're gonna know about sex.
Right.
Oh my God. The modernized. I went to school barefoot in the snow, walking up a hill both ways. No, that's what this sounds like. Just the modernized version.
Yes.
Anyhow.
But like, I just be thinking about that. But at the same time, in my ideal forever home, I do want to have a basement, and in that basement, I don't want my children to even know that it exists. Like, I want it to be that covert. Like, that will be where my sex room will be. And
what about your affordable sex room? Because you kind of jumped in.
I did jump into that. In terms of like affordable sex room, like what I will have before I get to that point, I want to like do something simple, something that makes me feel great, takes me outside of the reality that I live in a sense. Like I want to have like the cloud look in the sky, different colors going off. I also want to do a little galaxy look, and all those things can be done with like under $100 if I find the right people and right things on Amazon or different shops like Walmart and all this other stuff. Like that's what my affordable sex room would be. Like I will already have that in my apartment if I was not moving within like the next month. So like when I move to my next apartment, I plan on at least doing that for the time being, like the ceiling, little cotton here, cotton there, do that lining for the color. More than likely it's going to be between blue, purple, or if I can manage it, black. Oh my God, yes. And also utilize the this projector that I have in case I want to like do some silhouette play, and we look at each other and look at our silhouettes as we engage in sex and like that. Yeah, that's my way of having an affordable sex room. Of course, if I already have my toys, have those in a place where they're accessible so that if we want to engage in those and use those, it's right there. And that's all I need.
You know, like toys are great. Everyone loves toys. But honestly, if you want to set the mood for like a sex room, nothing better than ambiance.
And that's a great point, because that was something that I thought about too for mine. So even for the affordable one, I was like, obviously, go for me. Ambiance is a huge thing. Comfort is a huge thing for me. Even though what's funny is I've never been one of those like I like fluffy pillows and feathers and all of the fur shit or anything like that. But I do I do like pillows because I like the comfortable, soft feeling, especially now we getting older. Like I want to be comfortable, period. Right. So for me, like going to Home Goods, getting a bunch of different kinds of pillows, throw blankets or throw blankets, maybe get like an older chaise that I can repurpose or something so that it still would be sturdy to not only sit on but to have sex on, and maybe have like a wall, like an accent wall, whether it's a fresh coat of paint of one specific color or a wallpaper that I like, and then use like command strips or whatever to hang up little outfits, the little mannequin heads or whatever to put wigs on if that's what I wanted to do, like those color changing light strips that you can get on Amazon or wherever, just so that I can change the lights and things, and a Bluetooth speaker or two for the music, something cute like that, because music is a mood for me always. So like you said, having the ambiance, having a dimmer on the lights is also amazing. All of that shit needs to be remote because no one's getting up to go turn shit off. So
that's why I have to Google.
Yes.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff for me for an affordable room. Yeah, because all of that will be moved to, my forever home, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I think stuff like that would be super affordable. And then, like you said, with toys, I mean, everybody got toys. Add to your arsenal like you normally do.
I'm glad that you mentioned music, because I was going to ask that question next. Like, when you think about sex room and setting the ambiance, setting the scene and setting the mood for engaging in sex, like I mentioned before, I'm a sensory motherfucker. What kind of sounds and smells that give you sex and give you sexiness, that gives you motherfucker the way that this is about to go down? Like, what is it for you?
For me, since Nicole's thinking, for me, nothing gets me going more than hearing those pleasure noises from my partner. I don't care about music. I don't care about anything like that. If I'm doing something to one of my boys and I just hear that soft little intake of breath or that little moan, that's like, that puts me right where I need to be.
I'm with you on that.
Interesting. I for me, like Vernon, I am sensory also. And of course Vernon and I have talked many a times about a playlist for 17 of different types of music that we need. And and I keep telling you, I need to break down all the some of the playlists that I have into smaller ones, because you're not always going to use the same playlist each time. Sometimes I want to listen to something slow and sensual. Sometimes I want to listen to fucking Tank and Sammy and all of these other people. But sometimes maybe I want to listen to Kevin Gates and a whole bunch of, hood rap shit, hood love type tape or whatever. Or, something where I turned you on the site, Ari the Kid, right?
You have not sent me, yes, but you need to send me songs. You told me about
Okay. All right, sorry. I will do that. But maybe something like that, that's a little bit more like, we're definitely fucking in this room today, and not just into that sensual stuff. And sometimes it might be a mix of both. You might start with one playlist and switch over to the other one because the mood shifts that way. So for me, it would just depend on the mood that I'm in when I'm in there. So we know what kind of music that we're playing, right? And then as far as like smells, I mean, again, if you give me a good candle or whatever, but sometimes it's just the smell of the person that I'm with. And then like the sweat, and of course, like you said, hearing those sounds, hearing my sounds, their sounds, all of that together. Like, I want the music to be loud, but also not loud enough to where I can't hear all of that, unless you just close enough in my ear so we can hear it. But yeah, I like all of that.
I'm thinking I might need to like find me a little hookup after we get off this damn call, because might as well. So I would say for myself.
Wait a minute. Can we pause for a minute? How come this happens every time I'm on a call with you?
I don't
What
know.
is it? What is, because this
sexy,
happened
bitch. You are
in
sexy.
I mean, I am,
yes.
and thank you very much.
Turn me
but
on.
Like I
every
said, I will
time.
buy anything you're selling.
Right. You saying some things. It might be the voice. I don't know what it is, but I'm just
I
like.
mean, I've known to make a man come with my voice alone. So
Chile.
I don't even like girls, but god damn it.
Right. Well, I do like women, so there's the difference there. But right.
Thank you very much.
We love it. So like for me, so one of the things I love about Heauxvember is that I choose a playlist and I create this playlist curated to have music that makes me feel sexual and sensual and all of that. So I use those same playlists whenever I do engage in sex. And I do the same thing for whenever I have my love song dissection episodes. And I've had sex to some of those playlists. I had sex to my Heauxvember playlist from last year. It was amazing. Like for me, I like instrumentals when it comes to engaging with somebody because I don't want the words to take away from what I'm experiencing with this other person. Because like I was saying, I love to hear their moans. I love to hear their sounds of pleasure. And even if those things are not present, I can at least experience those in their body and see that how they move and shake and all these other things. And it just makes me feel even more sexy and I'm doing the right things and I love that. So like that's what I think of when I think about the sensual nature of setting that mood. And I do enjoy smells too. And like of course I love to purchase candles that have a fruity smell to it. I know for a fact if I walk into a room and I smell a mixture between vanilla and cinnamon, bitch, who's trying to fuck? I just it's like I don't know. It's the cinnamon alone that has me like, bitch, what we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Because cinnamon just takes me to a place. And also, y'all don't judge me if I have a mixture between cinnamon and baby powder, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I might have to send you something, sir. But that's another conversation. I might have to send you something.
Oh yes.
I think you just got the piqued the interest of a lot of diaper wearers.
I might.
Right.
Like I
warm,
realized,
fresh baked cookies and baby powder for the diaper wearers. Listen,
look, I realized when I was like in high school, I was just walking around in the hallway, whatever, minding my business, and I guess somebody had too much baby powder on, and I just whiffed that. I was like, oh. I just was like, why baby powder? Like I spent the entire week contemplating why the fuck did that scent of baby powder do that to me? Like what the fuck is going on, Vernon? Are you okay? Like, are you broken? But as I aged, I was just like, I guess it's just a smell. It's just that sensory side of me. It just brings back to a point. I don't know where it comes from, where it stems from, but hey, I like where I'm at.
You know, what's funny about what you just said is I actually love talking to my friends about this, like saying, what was the weirdest way you found out you had a kink? Because sometimes it's just off the wall. Like you're in high school and you just smell baby powder and all of a sudden you're turned on. Like, fuck. There's an episode for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's an episode. Season 4.
Yeah.
There you go.
5 and or 3. 4 is going to be intake meetings. 4 is going to be intake meetings. Love that for you all.
But to go back to a point you just made, Vernon, like for me, the reason I don't like if I do play music, it is going to be instrumental because my ADHD brain is not going to be able to concentrate when I'm singing along to the song. Oof. You know, I'm going to be broke. I can't focus on both, and I'm going to try.
Exactly, and I cannot play songs that I really enjoy, like for that reason too, as well as I'm a huge Anita Baker fan, and yes, there's some songs that Anita Baker made that I'm like, bitch, I might want to have sex to it, but I'm not going to because I know I'm gonna be like, that is auntie, that's my empress. I cannot do that to her music. I need her music to build me up to the point where I'm just like, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you, but I cannot have her in my bedroom. Auntie, you cannot be in there.
And one of the best parts of having music on is during sex is you can match the beats.
Mm,
That's
yes.
that's another reason why I like
It- Going back to
another reason.
these playlists that I make, I
Mhm.
literally mix up the vibe a little bit. You have the slow rhythm, and then you have the beats that just pick up, and it's just like, oh my gosh, okay, let me go
Mhm.
ahead and match that. Okay, okay, this
Mhm.
is a lot speedy, and next thing you know, it's going back down. It's going back more
Mm.
soulful. It's going back more sensual. It's going slow. I'm bringing you to a point where either if you peaked at this point, it's a great thing, or
Mm.
if you have not, you can slow it down with your partner and you can engage into some other kind of foreplay or all these other. This is all that goes in my mind whenever I come into this space of creating the playlist for Heauxvember and those love song dissections, because I'd be thinking, okay, Vernon, when you go back and listen to this, how are you going to want to experience your sex life? Like, this is literally the thought when it comes to making these playlists for the podcast.
How do you want to
'Cause-
fuck during this?
okay.
Right. Right. What mood are we feeling in the moment for this one? Are we feeling sensual? Will there be lovemaking, or are we just straight up fucking? Like, which one is it? Or is it a combination, like I said? So I like
Mm-hmm.
it.
Is it going to be sexual? Is it going to be sensual or just angry sex?
Right.
Hmm. Right. Our
I,
clothes are even gonna be off by when we get to the song. Like
Are clothes going to be removed or ripped?
I, there's
fair, also
there
fair.
there was this one song, I forgot the name of it, and I probably should see if they finally put it on Apple Music so I can add it to my phone. And I don't know if it was like Mystic Blue or something like that. I know the word blue was in there, but it just starts off quiet, and then you just hear a ring, and then next thing you know, it's like it brought me back to the 1920s, and I'm over here in like flapper's uniform or whatever in my zoot suit, and we're
Mhm.
just doing a nice dance to each other, and just like this jazzy is just like, oh my god, it's just a flow, and I just love it so much. And that's actually how I introduced, I think, my friend Nancy's episode for our love song dissection. I think that playlist starts off with that song, and it's just, oh, y'all, music does something for me.
Mm. We could not tell it all at
Not at all,
all.
not at all. I'm a saint.
Don't tell that lie.
I'm
Mm-mm.
done.
Don't
Oh
lie
my
to the
god.
viewers
Oh
because
my.
they've been here 3 seasons at this point. You should answer about you,
So,
sir. At
says the
all.
host of the Whole Liloquy podcast
Whole
during
right in
whole
Heauxvember.
November.
So the lie of the show is that I'm a virgin. So we're going to stick to
Okay.
that.
All right. You know what? Let me remove myself because before all my shit get cut off for your life, no thank you.
I'm very virginal. I have not had sex. I have been delivered. Okay.
Listen, what was that guy's name? Antoine, whatever. Don't you know? You know. Remember what happened during our live, and you had to change your name on all your social media because of me. Don't do this
Did I
to
change my
yourself.
name back? Oh yeah, I did change it. It
You
was
did.
Thotimus. It was
It was
Thotimus, and it was
fabulous.
great.
Yeah, it was definitely great.
I need to find that live. I need to repost that. You send that
Yeah.
to me so I can put it on the like on YouTube and all the great
Okay.
things. But
Okay.
that's beside the point. Got other lives we'll be doing. But anyways, so one of the things that somebody thought that would be a great conversation within this topic of how to build a sex room is making space to be sexual and sexy within your home and relationship. And that's the purpose of building a sex room. What kind of advice would you give somebody on how they can be sexual with their partners and be sexy within their homes and, you know, within the boundaries of their relationship? What kind of tips?
I think
I
one
mean, I
of.
think it goes.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, as far as um, figuring out what that even looks like for you and your partner in the first place, so that you are creating that atmosphere, you're creating that ambiance for yourself. Like a lot of whether you're using a separate room for that or putting it throughout your home or creating your bedroom as your sanctuary. Like a lot of people like to do that. That's the place that there's no kind of negativity that comes in, no crazy external factors, no doing work in your bedroom. That's the place that you and your partner, where you get away from all the other distractions and you guys can be there. That's where you guys can truly be yourselves and be loving with each other and things like that. So creating that space where you've got dim lighting, where you've got elements of whatever is central and important for intimacy for you and your partner. So the dim lighting, the comfortable pillows, the gold stripper pole in the middle of the room if you need to, right? Great artwork on the walls. I know for me personally, like I saw, besides like boudoir photos, I saw someone who did, like they dipped their bottom half in paint. So it was like the butt and their legs and like a handprint on black canvas. And that was, and it was like deep blue paint or purple or something. And they had that hung up above their bed. So something, whatever it is that needs to be, that says to you, like, this is a safe space for me. This is where I know that when I'm with my person, when we look at each other, we can look at each other in the most loving way, but also that sensual way that we're like, okay, something's about to pop off, or I can't wait to get in this bed and just cuddle up with you. I can't wait to see you getting dressed in the closet or whatever it is. So I think that's or at least that's my idea of what it could be.
I couldn't agree more. I think as unsexy as it sounds, I think the best thing you can do for your sex life is a conversation, because what's sexy to me is not the same as what's sexy to you, and those my triggers are not going to be the same as yours. So it's finding out from your partner what they are, and if you're lucky, you find them organically. Like, I don't think me and my husband ever had that conversation. We kind of found it organically. But I know when I walk in the room and he gives me that look, I know it's fucking time. I know what's going on. I know when, I can walk in the room and he's naked, and I can tell if it's just him being naked or, okay, he wants a little play. And because we learned that, and that's nothing better than having a conversation with someone saying, hey, if I was going to turn you on right now, without saying a word. And this was something actually I tell a lot of my clients. If how can I turn you on right now without saying a word? What would be the one thing I could do that would let you know I'm ready without me saying I'm ready?
That's a really great question.
Discuss that with your partner and learn that, and use that. And don't overuse it, but use that as at least the starting point. Oh, he likes it when I do this, so I'm going to do this tonight because I want to have some fun.
Like, I love that. Like, I know, like, I've been thinking about the nonverbal communication between partners and to let them know that you're ready for sex. And I know, like, some of the things that I've thought about was, like, even the sock on the door whenever they get home, to know that, oh, bitch, you know what's coming on as soon as you open that fucking door. Like, just having those things to let them know that I am ready to have sex with you. And also, even to, in using the sock situation, if you coming home, if you're not in the mood to have sex that day, where to place that sock. Or if you are, you know that you need to bring the sock to me, because you know I'm only wearing the other one. Mm-hmm. So, like, if I know that you walk into the house and you say, hey, where you at? I know that you know that, okay, I guess we're just going to have a conversation. You might not be in the mood, because that's what we communicate with each other. But if I know that you open that door closed, and you in the bedroom with the sock in your hand, we know what the fuck is about to go down. So, like, having those, discussing those nonverbal cues to identify of when I'm ready to engage with you, or what makes me feel comfortable, or even, like you were saying, Leslie, having those discussions to figure out what it is that makes them feel sexy, and exploring that and enjoying that with each other, and seeing how you can build upon that. I think those are the key to making sure that every person in the within that relationship feel sexy, as well as know that they can engage in the sexual aspect of our home, our relationship, and just know that, hey, I'm with you because you know I want to fuck you. You know I love you. You know I'm attracted to you. You know that, look, we've been together for 20, 50 years, and I still want to blow that motherfucking back out.
Mhm. And honestly, you can even make it you can make it a game, but two, you can also make it very subtle. Like, if going back to kind of what you're saying about having kids, you know, you still want to be sexy with kids, but maybe you don't want to put a sock on the door because that's a little bit too out of place or whatever. So, you know, make it so like when you come in the front hall, there's a certain trinket or there's a certain thing where if it's turned a certain way, that's my sign to you. Or if, you know, if the kitchen is the main place people connect, there's this one magnet that I'm going to move it to the bottom of the fridge. That means that, you know, I'm ready. So that way you can have like those cues and not make it so blatant for anybody who walks in and say, "Oh, that looks like mom and dad are fucking later," you know. And on top of that, you can make it even a fun, you know, a more fun game. Trigger, you know, signal on a night you have company over, you know, and tell you know, oh yeah, we have company. We can't do nothing, but when they're gone, you know what you're getting.
I do like that magnet on the fridge idea. I was thinking more so the magnet is usually on the side of the fridge, but now it's moved to the front type thing.
Yeah, totally.
I like that.
I really do want to like engage a lot more in those nonverbal cues to communicate with people, because like the reason why I started to think about nonverbal communication is because I started focusing more on different versions of consent, and we always go with the enthusiastic yes, which is great, which is what you need to look for. But there are those individuals within our society who may be mute, who may not be able to articulate yes in a certain way that we're recognized. So we may need a nonverbal like way of letting them know that I'm ready to engage in sex and I'm waiting for you to be home and all these other stuff, rather than just sending a text message. And I feel like even having these games and playing in sex's way makes it a lot more exciting for couples, make it a lot more of a remembrance of when we were all young and getting to know life in a way that is still fun. It's still something that you can enjoy with the person that you love. It's still something that we can embrace in different ways, and it doesn't just have to be about the penetration, even though you might be penetrating at some point of the night, but the engagement in that, the conversation in that is completely different. Like, that's why I am a huge fan of role play, and I will continue to say the type of role play situation I want to have with my future partner, where we meet somewhere where we act as though we never seen each other before, and we have these conversations, and we engage with each other as though that this person is picking me up out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh, who are you? This is spicy. This is dangerous. I don't know if I want to go home with you. All these things, because it gives joy, it gives fun, it gives a new sense of pleasure, it gives some excitement outside of what your norm is. And I think many people within relationships should find ways to engage in those exciting things with each other. Like, even if you're trying to recreate the Titanic and have your spouse draw you as a stick person, and you're your Rose and they're whatever Leonardo DiCaprio's, was it Dawson? No, I forget. That's Dawson Creek. That's not his name. Yeah. So Jack, there we go. Jack Dawson. Jack, there we go. Close enough. But you know, you engage in those moments, and you know that your partner cannot draw, but you still feel like a sexy motherfucker as you lay on the side of your couch or what have you. And you know afterwards you're just going to have sex and you're just going to play. You're going to enjoy it. Like,
well, that's the part that a lot of people forget too. Sex is fun. It's not just a means to an end. It's called play for a reason. It's fun, and you should have fun. And don't do it. You know, if you're doing it just to get off, then you're doing it wrong. You know, like, honestly, some of my personal greatest sexual experiences, I never got off. Because it wasn't about that. It was about enjoying the person I'm with, enjoying the moment we're having together, and, you know, doing whatever we wanted to do and having fun. And, you know, just because I didn't come doesn't mean I didn't hate it. That doesn't mean I hated it. It was some of the best times I ever had. I can jerk off and come anytime I want. That's not that special for me. But that connection, that's special.
Right. I agree. You know what? Going back to something that you were talking about earlier, Vernon, about especially when it came to like role play. One thing that I was even thinking about too is, having a sex room can even invite you to get into that headspace of using an alter ego, and getting into that role play. So to even to Wesley's point about putting a sock on the door or something like that, something that popped in my mind when you were talking about that was not even just putting it on the bedroom door, but putting it on the bathroom door in your bedroom. Whether it's a fishnet stocking or a certain kind of, or a certain kind of underwear, whether it be black lace underwear today or I don't know, some other kind, but putting different items on there to signify, yes, one, we are going to have sex, but two, this is the kind of mood that I'm in, so expect this thing, so instead of a regular stocking, it's going to be a red fishnet stocking. Today you're going to get I don't know, kinky Kiki with the red hair or some shit like that. You about to get somebody, you're going to get somebody else in this room. The lights that are usually red in this room, today they're going to be purple. Today they're going to be green. I'm playing Poison Ivy today. So there's going to be, so you can get into a different headspace with the sex room. It doesn't even just have to be that space that we talked about before. This could be just another alter ego space, which I think could be also equally as dope.
Well, don't give me access to a full closet of costumes, because
listen, wait till we talk about our forever home, unless we want to get into that.
Right? Like, jeez, I cannot. Actually, one of the people from How to Build a Sex Room had that. Where she was going to be different personas, and I think because she lost her hair, I don't know if it was because of cancer or what have you, but it was really because it was like, I have this wig for this character, this wig for that character, and it's just like you can be so many different people. And when you were talking, I thought back to when you were relating to the magnets, and I was like, it will be great, because we love emojis, to have a plethora of emojis, and when you come home and you see the peach next to the banana, bitch, what the fuck is going on. What's going on, or the little water spurts going everywhere, or if it's a certain devil face that's on the refrigerator and all this other stuff. Even if you have kids, your kids don't know what the fuck is going on. They just see the refrigerator has a different emoji every fucking day. What the hell is going on? I know yesterday it was a basic ass magnet. It was the magnet that I made for mama or daddy, and here we are. It's a whole ass. Did we get some new magnets? What the fuck is this devil face? What's going on, parental units? What is this? What happened to the gift that I made? It's okay. We'll have that up tomorrow. That's all.
Right.
We're just doing something new, but we're going to make sure that yours is back up there tomorrow. Only thing, it's okay. And all the while, it's because you're getting some dick, ass, or pussy that night.
just don't make it so complicated. You need a key to kind of decipher the code.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's good. Or do it the same way with all those letters. You see how people have been putting, 17 different letters for a whole sentence or whatever up on the fridge, and make it into when you get home, and et cetera, et cetera. So you can do something like that. You can send the emojis via text, because let's be real about it. These emojis, kids are getting smarter and smarter and access to different things. So that can only work for so long. They're not going to be 12, 15 and not know what this shit means. So send the emojis via text so they know, but put the acronym up there on the fridge with all the letters.
Right. That reminds me of when I sent that acronym to you. We both knew exactly what that shit was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if I could find it, I cannot. It's deep in something else in the Instagram.
We have a lot of conversations.
Right, it's gone at this point, because I was going to say the acronym out loud, and I was like, if you know what this means, you're a whore.
You're a whore.
And I love it for you. But like, yes, if you could just go ahead and put that full sentence on the fucking refrigerator and you know what it says, your spouse knows, or your partner, your whoever you're dealing with knows exactly what that says. That's all that matters. It's been communicated. Just choke me a little bit. That's all. It was in the message. They understood.
And also on top of all that, like being direct, this can be so sexy too. Like talking about role play, for example, I can get just as much excitement having an all-day conversation with my partner over text, talking about, okay, when you get home, I'm going to be this person, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I want. This is who you are, and setting the stage, and knowing when I get home, we're going to have fun with this. And then you can walk into it already, you have like the character built up. So it's not like you're trying to discover who each other is in the moment. You can already have your story set up. You can already have the scene set, and not for nothing, like again, sitting in those boring Zoom meetings, texting with your partner about what you're going to do later in the bedroom makes the day go way faster and way more excited.
Exactly, or just being those characters already, like you said, texting, being those characters. Have a different, if you already have that, a different number, the burner phone, something, a Google number, whatever, and like, oh, this is Natasha, this isn't, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty dope too. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Look, send me songs, motherfucker. Like, if you send me Babyface soon as I get home, bitch, I already know what the fuck is going on. What's up? What's up? You send me Turn Off the Lights, bitch, I know what's up. Like, there's different ways to communicate people. There's okay. Let me calm down. And I've been drinking this entire time too. I'm not on my Taylor Portlet, but I am feeling really good. I cannot wait. That episode 10, y'all, I am going to be lit. I'm sorry. I'm just letting y'all know. If the things go off the wall, it is what it is. I'm here for the party.
I just think don't go off the wall every time.
That's a good point. That's an extremely solid point. But to get into our forever homes and whatnot, what do you want in your sex room? Whichever one of you want to start off that conversation, let's go.
I want Wesley to go first because, things that I've found out about you, I want to hear about your room. Let's go.
Facts.
Okay. If I had the perfect space, it's going to have, I don't want to say many, but it's going to have multiple pieces of furniture. And it's going to have the sex swing, obviously. It is going to have the St. Andrew's cross. I want to have a sub bench to tie them down. I also want a cage because sometimes you got to put bad boys in timeout. But one thing I definitely learned from actually the show that is completely not even a piece of sex furniture, but it really paves the way. And I think she did it. One of the episodes it was the biggest piece in the room. It was a couch. Having a nice big fluffy couch that you can just sink into, and then on top of that, of course, whips, chains, tie downs, maybe a little corner for with a drain, because I've learned a lot of the subby boys that I've been talking to really like to be peed on. So, but yeah, I think if it was, I don't know if I'd want it necessarily in the basement, but it'd probably have to be in the basement with all the stuff that I'd want.
That's pretty cool. I don't know about basement or anything like that. Although a lot of times I thought about if I'm going to have a room, I want it to be an extension of my bedroom, but also hidden. So, like, I don't know if you guys have seen the walk-in closets that actually there's like an actual little door in there, or you pull out part of the shelf and it's like an extra door with another room. So something like that, something that could be off of the bedroom, so I don't have to be somewhere else in the house doing things. I also want it to be soundproof for obvious reasons, especially since, I plan on having children and stuff in the home, but also if I got guests and shit in the house, I don't have to wait until they're gone I don't have to be quiet, so I can just go to my other room. So soundproof room.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely I want a comfy bed in there. I want the pillows. Obviously lots of toys, sensory play and impact play toys, the sex swing, um, the over the door sex swing and the one from the ceiling. I like that one.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Mhm. Obviously blindfolds, restraints, a sex bench, mirrors. Mirrors are really important. Surround sound speakers, color changing lights, dimmers, cameras, or somewhere where I could set up a camera, a TV or a projector screen, like we talked about before. Sex furniture. What else did I say? Sex furniture. Oh, obviously a place to have my outfits and things. And a shower. Just a nice like walk in, stand up shower. Although my forever home is gonna have an amazing shower anyway. I've already planned it. But a shower that's got, like a nice bench in there, so that you've got some place to sit, be bent over, whatever. So yeah.
I like. For mine, of course, I'm still going to have conversations with whoever my forever person is going to be. But what it looks like now, there's going to be two different sex rooms, honestly. The bedroom, I don't want that to be where all the kinky stuff happens. I just want that to just be where we want to commune with each other and just, cuddle and have sex. And, it's nothing too wild or anything. It's just a space for us. And what I see in there, of course, I want there to be lights around so we can always set a mood and set a level of comfortness. I also want there to be somewhat of an accent wall, but I want it to be a mirror wall. I want it to be a space where every day we wake up, we see the beauty of both of us. I can see my own beauty. You can see my own beauty. You can see your beauty and all this other stuff. It's because we're beautiful people. But I also wanted it to be separated, like within that accent wall before you even get to the mirrors, just nothing but greenery. And you have images of them, images of me just going over throughout that wall. So it's just a area of self-love. Like here's all the images of us together as well as apart. Like my boudoir photos are definitely going to be up there on this wall somewhere. But just seeing these things about us having joyful moments, and it's a reminder of all the great times we had together. So that will be what the bedroom looks like. Of course, probably have something for scents. Here's incense there, all those great things. And my little spiritual corner, because I'm going to have that my altar in my room. So outside of that, in the basement, because that's where the real shit happens, I need a basement. I'm sorry. One is related to a fear of tornadoes, but two, because bitch, I'm going to have a basement. We're going to have it regardless. So within the basement, I want it to be hidden so that if I do have kids, they don't need to know where the fuck daddy is getting a lot of shit happening to him, or the other daddy or mama getting a lot of shit happening to them, or parent, whatever the case is. They don't need to know what the fuck's happening downstairs. They don't even need to know that it exists unless it's an emergency. So mind your business, kids. So within that, I want it to be a very sex positive space. As soon as you walk up in there, all you see is just like sexual photos, but between myself and my partner, as well as paintings, images, and all of that throughout. I wanted to at least have 2 bedrooms, one for like watching movies together and enjoying our time together and just be sensual, good smells and all that. Then the other room would just be a space for just, I guess that might be a bathroom, honestly. I didn't really go deep into that. And then we have just this open play area, just a space for us to enjoy each other and do a lot of things, have a swing up in there. I want there to be black velvet walls, just all the greatness. And just when you walk up in there, you feel sex, you see sex, and you enjoy sex. And that's what I want for my basement. And just to know that whenever we're in there, also soundproof, because I don't need anybody else to know that it's there. We don't need people to know. If we're hosting parties and me and my partner decide to sneak away because I don't know who the fuck is watching these people, I told them that the party was over at 8 and these motherfuckers decided to stay a little bit later to play space because Black people. So I'm going to be with my spouse, my partner, enjoying ourselves in our room until we decide, oh, we might need to go back out to make sure motherfuckers are still here, because we know nobody locked that door. They were just like, have you seen Vernon? I haven't. Have you been able to reach him? I don't know. I couldn't call him. Well, I guess we just leave, everything would be okay. We good. We're downstairs fucking, okay? Y'all don't even know what's down there. And it also gives a space for if we want to invite other people down there, we can enjoy that. And also a costume room, because what we will definitely have down there are costumes. But yeah, that's what I see in my forever home.
I get the feeling that Vernon's forever home has to have a basement with more square footage than the actual home.
The actual house. Yep.
You know it.
He definitely needs a lot of those East Coast homes that are, well, I mean, I'm from back east, but those East Coast homes where like the basement is a large square footage of, the rest of the house. So yeah, so that you can have multiple rooms. So you can have the cuddle room as well as your actual, your love-making fucking room, and a bathroom, of course, because y'all just got dirty, so you need to get a little clean after all of that stuff. Didn't they have an episode on Sex Room where they did that in a basement and they just made like 2 doors or something? Okay.
Was that the cop or something, I think?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
But I do like the idea of multiple rooms, because the thought of like starting in one space, having fun, getting going, and then leading your partner sensually to the next space for some different play, and leading them to another space for some different play. It's almost like a choose your own adventure type of thing.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, choose your own adventure. I like that.
See, that's another way to communicate with your partner about what y'all about to do. Oh my God. Me and my role play mind, I'm thinking of leaving clues with my partner, let them know, hey, this is what's going down, and I need you to solve all of this. And at the end of it, I'm going to be naked in somebody's bedroom. Like,
may not be our bedroom, but it'll be somebody's bedroom.
It'll be a bedroom, right?
Like, where it's about to go down. I need you to solve this mystery. And discover me, bitch. Like, what are we doing?
I think it's funny because, unlike you two, I don't want the soundproofing, because one, I don't intend to ever have kids, but also if I'm gonna have a party, most likely the party's gonna be in that room anyways.
Fair.
I don't mind hiding it in case the in-laws come over and we don't want them to see it, but we're also not going to sneak away if that's the case.
Ciao. Ooh. I just
brain is going a million miles.
It really
right
is.
Now.
When I tell you, I've been contemplating how I can make sure I can afford this. What country I need to be in to build this the way that I want it to be built. Oh, I've been thinking for some time. Since I seen that show, I was like, bitch, I know I can't be in the U.S. because shit is expensive here. So let me go ahead and find some other place. And we're going to build this and make this into my reality, because what I do know, I don't care what I'm doing, I'm going to be satisfied every time I come home.
The sanctuary.
Yes. Like I really do. Like, even today, like that black velvet thing was something that I thought about today. And actually, I think, who was it?
And in a sensory purpose, and that is perfect.
Anything else that y'all want in your sex rooms?
A partner.
That part right there.
That part.
Right. Yeah.
Or two.
The right partner.
Or 2.
Right.
Or 4. I'm not picky.
Jeez, I see why I cannot be single right now, because all I want to do is just be like, hey, just send that message, be like, you want to do something tonight? What's up? How are you feeling?
He says that. He says that, but we know Vernon's getting on Grindr right after this.
I may.
Right.
And or Vernon logged in a little bit earlier just to figure out which fish are biting. I'm not going to say I've done that, but I'm not going to say I didn't do that. Just to be real.
I mean, I know that I am known for bringing up old shit, but Didn't we do the same thing during the live as well? Isn't that what happened? You and Taylor? See, you and Taylor Port get into a lot of trouble, but I feel like you and any drink could get into trouble. I just felt like Taylor Port is the more
Oh
influential.
no! If I had teleport right now, I would have already been like actually indulged in conversations while we're on this call, while maintaining the conversations and letting you know I'm setting some shit up.
Right.
But
So,
now,
which is what happened during the live, yeah.
no, because I did not have. Let me think about it. I did not have sex that night. I had to make sure I did not have sex that night. I went to sleep.
Wasn't
I did
it
go
the
to sleep.
next day?
Just
The
because
next day I did have sex.
just because you
But
didn't have sex doesn't mean you didn't try.
That it was the whole point of
Wesley,
my
why are you
me bringing
attacking?
that up.
Why are you attacking Wesley?
So do you
Why
feel
are
seen
doing
right
He's
now?
never gonna have us. He's never gonna have us on another episode together.
Not at all. Like, oh my God, block. How dare they? I feel
First of
very
all, we
attacked.
enhance your life. How dare you?
Right,
We enhance your life, sir.
You do.
Vernon has never been more seen than he is right now.
I feel very red. And this is inappropriate. Oh my God. Like, yesterday was
It's
free
a subtle read.
free titty Fridays and whatnot, and it's technically it's a free titty weekend. So if you're not, okay, look, we're bringing it back. If you are here in these streets, okay, and your titties are not out, what the fuck are you doing? I need to know. Are you trying to be seen or are you trying to be sought? I just need to know. I know that's the same thing. Shut up, y'all. Don't leave me alone. Leave me alone. The liquor's a little bit. Shut up. Okay, we're here.
This is why you feel attacked and seen right now. This is why you feel red. You do it to yourself, sir. You just leave a wide open space for us to do this.
But are you celebrating Free Titty Weekend?
I mean, first of all, I didn't know that it was a weekend. I thought it was only
It's
on
every weekend.
Tuesdays.
Oh no, it's every
I thought it was
weekend.
only on Tuesdays.
I just thought it was every night.
Well, see, there you go. See how yeah. I didn't know, but now that I do know, yeah, I'm probably going to indulge.
Yeah, you gotta indulge. Look, the titties
We'll
be
find
out.
Free them.
They be tittying for real.
They do.
They
Like,
be
let's
tittying
talk
for
about your girls right quick. If are you okay with me talking talk about your girls right quick?
You go ahead. We already brought them out. Go ahead.
The girls are girling today. They said, "Bitch, did you not see me? Did you not see I came up in this motherfucker? I am perky. I am pressed. I am looking delicious."
It's also the camera angle, the right bra. That's all it was today.
You know damn well, regardless of what the bra is looking like, those bitches gonna be like, "Bitch, I am here and you see me."
I mean, sometimes, because when you get to a certain size, they do what they want. Honestly,
but they're still
they do what
glorious.
they want.
They are glorious.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
They're just like, did you not know? Like, y'all need to look at Nicole's photos on Instagram. She be knowing what she doing. She be knowing. The girls forever out, and I love to see them. I'm just like, okay, cleavage.
I'm still mad that our live, the first, like, I remember the first outfit that I had on. Mm-hmm. Listen, Facebook was hating heavy.
Ooh,
barely let me be online for 2 minutes, and they're like, "Oh, boop, nudity." Bitch, where? There was no nudity at all. They were just sitting properly, and I just what I had on was perfect. And I had to put on something different because it was like a sheer black shirt and all this other shit. But I had to put on something different. They were still doing what they were supposed to, but
they were like,
I hate the first outfit was amazing.
I truly hate people. Well, the second was still gorgeous. I still hate that people did not get the opportunity to see the girls that night because the titties were beyond tittying. They said we got a doctorate degree in this bitch on titty. If you don't know, I am certified in tittying. And how dare you act as though you don't know my motherfucking worth, bitch? Because I am here.
Right.
We are proud and we were perky. Right. And I was just like, oh. Facebook was jealous.
You know what? I'm gonna post those pictures on the business page because I did take pictures before I had to change. Like before I had to change, I was like, first of all, we look too good today. So the makeup was doing what it needed to do, the hair, everything. So I took the before pictures and then the after outfit picture. So yeah, maybe I'll post
me melting on the Instagrams. Oh my God. Just look at it. You know I'm going to comment with the drool face and then the God. Oh my God. I'm hot already. Jesus. Whew, they might flag it for
Yeah,
They
then I'm gonna
better
have to
not.
record them and put it on. I'll put it on Threads. Now that Threads
Ooh,
is a thing, I'm
yes.
gonna put it on Threads and be like, "So what y'all think of this picture?"
They better not cite that as nudity. Most definitely from what I have on my IG. Bitch, I'm full on naked. You might not know it because of the water, but I'm nude up in that motherfucker.
The boudoir photos, baby.
Mm. Chile. And somebody, well, while we're on the topic of those boudoirs, somebody actually tried to like shame me for that, and I laughed at them. I was like, "Bitch, are you coming here with your insecurities and trying to tell me that I should feel bad about me having my entire body online and feeling sexy? Let's talk about you right quick. Why you feel threatened?" And that's the real tea. Anyways.
Hilarious.
Anyways. Yeah, that little drink is starting to hit. Thank you. Whatever this
I couldn't
moonshine
tell
mango
at all.
is, you did a good job. You're not Taylor, because Taylor would have had me completely ratchet, and we know we're not doing that today. We're not.
You
But
should
that
do a
live,
live or a session with Wesley with you on the Taylor, because that's
I'm open
he
to
would enjoy
doing
it, I
it.
think.
I am open to doing that. Wesley, are you open to having experience with Vernon live on like the Taylor port?
So I don't usually get drunk, and it's not because I don't like to drink. It's because I like to be the sober one in the room watching the drunks.
Oh, that
So-
works for me.
Yeah, because I get so much entertainment out of watching drunk people be drunk people. So I would be on this 100%.
Oh, I'm down. Nicole, are you going to be drinking this night?
You're gonna enjoy it. Oh, I'll drink. It takes a lot for me to get to that level, but I'm still gonna. I might still enjoy something because I want to see Wesley's enjoyment more than anything.
You know the crazy thing? I can drink a lot of liquor, right?
Mhm.
I think because of my family and their lineage with the liquor, I have a very high tolerance for that. But for some weird reason, Taylor Port is like, bitch, I'm going to knock down your motherfucking door, and I'm here. And sis just messes everything up. I mix Taylor Port with some, because Taylor is bitter as hell to me. Like it's a little bit of sweet taste to it, so I always mix in some Stella Rosa to make her a little bit sweet and a little bit of juice. But when I'm on that shit, oh my god, acting
You
up.
definitely turn into a Netflix person. I know for me too. Like my lineage, first of all, I mean, for those of y'all that don't know, my family's from the Caribbean, so we straight up pirates out here. Like all we do is drink rum. So it takes a lot for me, and well, many people in my family, to really be inebriated in that way.
You know, now that I think about it, episode 10, because that's going to be one of the last ones that we actually record for this. I'm going to be on the Taylor Port during that episode, by the way. So anybody who's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, of course, the live that we are more than likely going to do is going to come out well before like Heauxvember gets here. But yeah. You will get it. If you missed the lives, you'll get the Taylor Port burn that night, because I plan on being gone, because I think that's the last episode. Actually, it's not, but that will actually be the last episode I'm doing in this apartment. So, bitch, I'm going to turn up that night.
Get drunk and puke everywhere.
Right? Might as well. I paid the rent.
You're not gonna have to pay that cleaning fee.
Huh?
I said you're not gonna have to pay that cleaning fee, because when I leave apartments, I want all of my money.
Look, no, because they're keeping the deposit. So they said that shit was not refundable. So, bitch, you got the money, you're going to clean.
There you go.
You want the money, you also get the puke.
You get the. Let me stop. I'm not going to puke in this apartment, people. I hope not. If it happens, it's not on purpose. Oh God! All right,
maybe a little poop though when he has that butt plug fall out.
What's that little
I'm done. The attacks today, Lord. Oh my God.
That is hilarious. And for those who didn't get that reference, you got to go back to the whole back episode.
Oh my God. I love this. I love us. I love you all. Okay. Before I do my closing message, do y'all have any last words that you would like to share with the audience?
No, not really. I mean, if you're gonna make a sex room, or maybe not even a sex room, just make sure that your home, whether it's just one room or the entire thing, is a safe place where you can feel like your 100% authentic self, of course, but also your sexy, sensual self with your partner and with yourself as well.
Yeah, I agree. You don't need a sex room to have fun. It enhances, but it's about the experience. It's about the interaction. It's about the intimacy. Whether you do it in a sex room or anywhere else, it can be just as good.
Amen. Well, while the listeners are contemplating on whether or not Vernon needs to go to AA or not because of this conversation,
until after I see you drunk.
Right, exactly.
Oh God, let me stop. I'm good. All right. I had to do it. I don't know why. But if you do need AA, definitely do that. Use those services. I need to talk to my therapist now. All right, we're good. For real. All right, so thank you both for coming on to the podcast to discuss these wonderful things that we talked about today. I know I need to really start to shop around so I can build this sex room in this next apartment I'm going to be in for the year. And hopefully I have my next step to my forever home within the next 8 months. We shall see how that goes. But again, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you. To the listeners out there, thank you all so much for listening to the Ho'Liloquy podcast and celebrating Heauxvember with me, with us. And just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful. You are worthy of happiness and joy. You are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectation of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Ho'Liloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.ho'liloquy.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.